this is Jane from Coburn's. Welcome to my kitchen. Can you believe it's almost Thanksgiving? Where did the year go? Today we're going to talk turkey. And I'm going to date myself a little bit, but back when I was about 19 years old, I decided to do a turkey dinner. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. We didn't have internet. We didn't have Facebook or YouTube. We didn't have a lot of resources. So I thought, well, you know what? This project is either going to be sink or swim. And then I thought, what's the worst that could happen? You know what? I could start a new tradition for Thanksgiving and serve frozen pizza to my family. But after doing it, I discovered how easy it is. And it's so easy that I cook turkey several times during the year. So today, I'm going to show you how to do a turkey. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the parts that they put inside the turkey. The first thing is the neck. Now the neck, I know a lot of people want to know what that is. Obviously it's a neck. And what you do with it is I cook it in the pan with the turkey. I'll tell you what, I never thought I would believe this, but it is one of the most tenderest part of the turkey. The other thing you want to pull out is in the back of the turkey is a bag, and it's got the heart and the gizzard in there. Now some people will take this. Myself, I just put it, in fact there's a liver in there also. What I do is I take it in the pan and just cook it with the turkey. Some people will chop it up and they'll put it in their dressing. Others will take it and they will put it in a pot and use it for stock, for soup. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pat this turkey dry a little bit, get the moistness off there on the sides and all the way around. The other thing I'm going to do is your wings here. A lot of times because they're thin in this area, they get kind of burnt when you're cooking them. So what I like to do, and this is just a personal preference, I like to push the wing underneath the bird. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I went and I melted a stick of butter. Now again, this is optional. What I did is I put some fresh rosemary in there with the butter just to give it some flavor. And some people will put it inside the cavity. I'm going to put it over the bird. And again, it's optional. You can just do plain butter if you want to, but it is such an important step to get that butter on that turkey. The reason why it's going to give you that beautiful golden brown turkey. So I'll grab the butter. And I'm just going to pour a little bit into the cavity. And then I'm going to just spread the rosemary and the butter all over the turkey. And make sure you get it everywhere, even on the sides. Okay, then the last thing you want to do is you want to make sure you season it. And you just put salt all over. And again, make sure you get the sides of the turkey, not just the top. And then I do pepper also. I love pepper. And you can even put some inside that cavity. And there you go, your turkey's done. Now it's ready for the oven. Now the general rule is stick this in a 325-degree oven, and for every pound that the turkey is, you cook it 15 minutes. So I'm gonna take it over, we're gonna get it in the oven and heat it. My turkey's done, and if you can see this little red tack, that's an automatic pop-up when the turkey is done. It's like a little thermometer. I don't always trust it, so I use my thermometer, and I stick it into the thickest part of the turkey, which is the thigh. You just want to make sure that you don't hit a bone because it's going to give a false reading. Now the turkey needs to be done to at least 165 degrees, but what I did is I took my turkey out at 160, and having it sit here, even though I took it out of the oven, it is still heating, so it will get to 165 degrees. Now what I did is I let this sit here for a half hour. The reason why is I don't want to cut this turkey right out of the oven because you're letting all the juices escape, and that's what causes a dry turkey. So what I did is I let it sit here for a half hour and all the juices soak back into that turkey to make it moist. When you're planning your Thanksgiving meal, make sure you account for that half hour. Don't plan on eating right when you take that turkey out. Include that half hour in the cooking time. Okay, now it's time to carve the turkey. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this plastic off that held the turkey legs together, and we're just gonna throw that away. Okay, the next thing you wanna do is you wanna start taking off the drumstick, and there's a natural separation here. So all you do is cut along this bone, and it actually, as moist as this turkey is, it falls right apart. The wings I leave on, I don't cut those off until later, just because it gives stability to the bird so that it doesn't tip on you. Next, I remove the thermometer, and you can just discard that. Okay, now I want to start working on the breast. There is a bone here, and all you have to do is get on that side of the bone. You'll be able to feel it, and slice it down, and you just naturally follow the bone down there, and it'll cut right down to the end of the turkey. And there's your breast. And then we'll do it again on this side. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to cut off the wings. So I just get in there and pull that off. There's your wing. And then I'll get the little drumstick. Same thing over here. I'm going to cut the wing, and then I'll just get rid of that piece there and cut the drumstick there. Okay, now since you are cooking and since you're the cook, don't tell anybody, but you get to sample before anybody else does. It's great. Very, very moist. Okay, now the rest of it is just the cavity, and a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just pull off pieces off of this cavity and they'll use that for their soup. So you can certainly do that. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the wing, and normally what I do is just cut them in right at the joints. And some people, they will use this and just put it into soup, or again, you can just serve it at your turkey dinner on the platter. Okay, the other thing is I've got a couple drumsticks here, and that's perfect for the kids. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice up the two breasts, and you wanna go against the grain, and you wanna make sure to keep on as much of the skin as you can. There we go, and now we've got the larger drumstick. And what I normally do is I will flip it over, and you'll see a natural separation there. And what I do is I get my knife in there, and you'll see the little knuckle there. I just cut it there. There's a nice big drumstick for someone. And we'll do the other one real quick. Okay, and then one of my last steps is this is the thigh, and there is a bone, and what I usually do is just pull that bone out. And now you have a boneless thigh. We'll put that on there, and we'll do the next one. Just pull that bone out of there. If your turkey is moist, it should pull out of there just like that. You don't even have to cut it. And there you've got your boneless thigh. The last thing I want to do is just put some garnishes on the tray to make it look really pretty. So what I did is I got some fresh rosemary, and I'm just going to stick that in here. And it just adds a little color to your plate. Okay, just a few steps left before we serve this turkey. Grab your favorite glass of wine. Who cares what it pairs with? It's your favorite, and that's what's best. Sit back, relax, enjoy, make sure that somebody else is doing the dishes. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next month when we're doing Jane's favorite things. Cheers! Happy Thanksgiving! Woo.